This is the iPhone XS Max, Apple's most expensive iPhone to date. I upgraded from a 7 Plus. That's right, I traded in my perfectly fine, great working smartphone that's barely 2 years old for this expensive $1,100 smartphone. Was it worth upgrading? Let's find out with a little review. So the iPhone XS Max literally has everything you expect. A larger screen in the same size body as Apple's previous Plus models, dual cameras, a new A12 processor, longer battery life than its younger brother, the XS, and the largest starting price tag on any Apple smartphone. I mean, yeah, there's other $1,000 smartphones in the market, but this is still up there a little higher than the other ones. So it has to be good, right? The iPhone XS Max has a really nice looking display with a high resolution than the XS as well, but it doesn't feel as nice to hold in the hand. I know the XS Max is selling better than the iPhone XS, but trust me, the feeling it has in your hand is not as good as the regular XS. If you're used to the plus size iPhone models, then the display on the iPhone XS is the closest to that, but a bit longer and a bit more narrow. So if you thought to yourself the Plus model's 5.5-inch screen is a little too small and you need something to compensate a little more, then the 6.5-inch display on the XS Max got you covered. It's larger than your average phone. But see, that's where the differences end. Other than its size, resolution, and battery life, the iPhone XS and XS Max are pretty much the exact same device. The exterior design is exactly the same, especially if you don't put a skin on it like I did. Okay, come on. I prefer not to pay Apple's expensive glass repair prices. That's a no-no for me. Well, this isn't about that. How does this phone compare to my older iPhone 7 Plus? Well, the apps and games do load a bit faster, battery life is nice, the resolution is more crisp and clear, and the screen looks a lot larger in the same form factor. So it is quite a bit faster, but not completely significant, because the iPhone 7 Plus with iOS 12 feels so much better than it did with iOS 11. The iPhone XS Max does subjectively look a lot more premium and does come with a better camera than the iPhone 7 Plus. But does all that make you want to upgrade? So I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. While I enjoy the iPhone XS Max and really like using it, it's got pretty much the exact same functionality as my 7 Plus. Face ID requires that your device is right in front of your face or a little off-centered, or else it doesn't really work, while Touch ID works in every situation because you just press the button. So when Face ID is a little too far off, it just doesn't work right. The camera is better, you see more details, colors look a bit more realistic, and there's new camera features like changing aperture after you take a picture and better slow-mo video. All neat stuff that I can see really being their selling point. And that's just it. It's expensive, with not too many upgrades over its predecessor. The rollout of iOS 12 made older smartphones faster and more viable, putting the iPhone XS and XS Max in a really strange situation. This is Apple's best iPhone, but with its minor improvements and crazy high price tag, it makes it really hard to recommend, especially when older iPhones are now more viable thanks to software updates. I wouldn't really recommend these to people with an iPhone 7 or newer, unless you really want it that badly. This really makes me think that the 2-year upgrade cycle for smartphones is dead. I mean, phones are lasting longer now. So personally, if I didn't get a good deal on this iPhone XS Max, I would have just stuck with my 7 Plus. A steep price tag to upgrade over my fully functioning device? No thanks, I'd rather just wait until next year's model. But if you're rocking an iPhone 6s or older, you might want to consider this device, the iPhone XS, the XS Max, or even the iPhone XR. Anyway guys, what do you think? Would you upgrade to this device? Is this device a little too expensive for you? Or is your old phone already good enough for you? Leave that down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and well, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.